of Ketty Resort. Chairs and bodies floating midair, carvings disappearing from the wall, where figments or genuine spooks is up for grabs. But what took place 20 years ago, this spring, is not.
Were you describing your delivery?
My delivery?
From birth?
Oh, yeah. now that I read that back, it does sound a lot like the day I was delivered.
I can see it. The chairs flying, the basic turmoil and chaos about your
Well,
birth.
I was a C-section, so you know what they say.
When you go C-section, you never go back.
C-sections are bloody.
They have.
That's what they say.
That is a doctor-proven statement.
If I'm not a doctor, then call me a doctor.
If I'm not a doctor, don't ask me for medical service, because I'll be sued for malpractice.
Well, you know, a lot of the people that teach at Columbia are doctors, but I wouldn't trust them to deliver my baby.
But they have to say, if you're in cardiac arrest and they ask for a doctor and they don't say they're a doctor, they can be sued for that.
If they say I'm a doctor, I'm a doctor of philosophy, DPhil, and they say
That's a sweet rap name, DPhil.
Yeah, it is actually.
I can dig it. I can like it.
And they say, oh, wow.
They say, oh, wow.
Well, breaking news.
Breaking nose.
Breaking news here on Ronald Reagan's Murder Mysteries 2.5 Reloaded.
Revenge.
Washington Post reports, the U.S. men's soccer team fails to qualify for the World Cup for the first time since 1986 after upset by last place Trinidad and Tobago.
But on the plus side, let's go Trinidad and Tobago.
Woo!
All our Trinidad fans over here.
So, I'm sorry to the U.S. men's soccer team.
I'm sorry to America and faith in general.
Well, if anything, you've symbolically represented the place of America in the world right now, where a country such as Trinidad and Tobago, which is unknown to probably half of the people in the world, can dominate the United States on a playing field that is global in scope.
And how we go in assuming that we're the number one, but it turns out if you look at the stats, kind of falling behind.
So thanks for that symbolic representation of the place America is developing in the world. Thank you, U.S. men's soccer team.
I knew they could do it.
I knew they could too. So what are we talking about today, Preston?
We're talking about my favorite cold case murder ever. This is
your favorite.
I've been begging you to cover this one.
Preston's been pestering me for 7 years. Ever since I didn't know him in high school, he was tapping on my shoulder and saying, Ben, we need to do this murder on our third semester of Ronald Reagan's Murder Mysteries.
Oh wait, that might have been the schizophrenic voices in your head. I don't think that was me. But I'm glad that this worked out this way, though.
So the third semester of Ronald Reagan's Murder Mysteries, and Preston's been bugging me to do this case since the very get-go. And what's that called, Preston? What's that case called?
Ketty Murders.
It's right. It's called the Ketty Murders.
Ketty Murders.
And what year did that take place, Preston?
1981.
And how many people were murdered?
More than one, because there's a plural murders.
That's right. See, Preston's been begging me to do this so long. He knows those cases back to front.
But not front to back.
Not front to back, that's right. So, the answer to that question Preston so insightfully gave is 4 murders. It was a quadruple homicide. Wow. And can you guess where that occurred, Preston?
America.
The answer is not America.
Wait, really?
It's Ketty, California, a specific place in America.
Oh, my God.
See, if you give an answer that's too general, it's wrong.
This is true. I've taken tests, and they don't like BS, so they get you.
This show should be no different from a test that you're taking, okay?
Well, it's just as stressful.
Treat every minute as if it's a final exam worth 50% of your grade.
Oh, boy. So
the Ketty murders is as most cold case murders are, unsolved 1981 American, so you got that part right, Preston.
I did.
Quadruple homicide that occurred in Ketty, California. And can you guess what what cabin the murders took place in? What number, Preston?
I slept in there.
If you were listening
in sophomore year,
if you were listening in the introduction, I did say the number.
Quadruple.
Cabin
42.
Cabin
C. 62 B.
Cabin
Ronald Reagan.
This is the amount of people that drop out of JTS every year.
1.
28.
If that happened, we wouldn't have a school.
Oh, you're right. It's not 28. Yeah, sorry.
So it's cabin quad 28.
Cabin 28.
28.
And during, can you guess what time of day it was, Preston?
Daytime, nighttime, morning, evening, brunch.
Well, you got close to that second to last one.
Midnight.
Evening.
Evening.
But what type of evening?
Dusk.
Late evening.
Dawn.
Late evening on a late April 11th.
Wait, what's the difference between dusk and dawn? Which one's which? Is dusk dark?
Yeah, dusk is going dark. Dawn is rising.
All right.
You can remember that because Japan's
From
known
dusk
as
to
the
dawn
land of the rising
is in
sun.
dusk.
And so rising sun, dusk till dawn. Dawn being when the night ends, from dusk till dawn.
And knight in shining
Murders
armor.
happen at night. Knight in
Hallows
shining
Eve.
armor. That shining occurs because the moonlight hits the
Six
armor,
Flags.
and the moon landing was a hoax. So hoax, and then
Hoagie.
dusk and hoax both have no letters in
D.
common. And so, because they have no letters in common, you can remember that the moon landing was a hoax, and the dusk is an evening.
Dawn.
Yeah.
Okay.
So easy
A.
acronym, mnemonic device there. if you want to remember the difference between dusk and dawn.
Can you make an acrostic poem out of that for my education?
Yeah, so the acrostic poem will be based on the word Moonlight Kingdom.
Okay.
Like the movie, the Wes Anderson movie.
Yeah, with Will Ferrell.
So the M stands for Monday.
Okay.
The O stands for ontological.
Sure.
The other O stands for ornithology.
Ornamental.
The N stands for neat. The L stands for light. The I stands for in light.
Exactly.
The G stands for getting into the light.
To really stress the light
The H
point.
stands for
hell.
The H stands for heat that comes from light. The oh, I spelled it wrong tonight.
No, you didn't. Perfect.
H-T.
Yeah.
The T stands for tanning in the sunlight or the moonlight.
In the moonlight.
And so that word is moonlight. And then kingdom, the K stands for keeping
Kosher.
Kashrut. The I stands for indicative. The N stands for Namibia.
Yeah.
The G stands for
Sure.
Gambia.
My favorite country.
D stands for Djibouti. The O stands for Ondaatje, as in Michael Ondaatje,
Yeah.
the author of a winning, the author of an award-winning novel, Orient. M, last letter, and the M stands for Moonlight.
Light.
So Moonlight Kingdom,
Dancing
the
in the
acronym
moonlight.
term, Dancing in the Moonlight,
Everybody.
the Bon Jovi song.
No. you can spread misinformation about literally everything, but you can't get that wrong.
So, it's like, living on a prayer, moonlight, living on a prayer.
Brandy.
So Moonlight Kingdom, an acronym to remember Dusk Till Dawn.
Thank you. That's
Yeah,
really good.
no problem. I'm glad I can help you out with that. And so late evening is when these murders happen.
Sure.
Late evening on April 11, 1981. Or, this is going to cause a lot of problems.
Oh no.
Or early the following morning.
Whoa.
So it could have either been at dusk or dawn. And so
why do these people be murdered at such horrible timing?
So that's going to confuse some people out there. But just remember our acronym, Moonlight Kingdom, with the M standing for
Moon's landing.
Moonlight, and you get the rest of the idea.
Yeah, you
So The victims were. It's important to remember the victims' names. The victims were Glenna Sue Sharp, Nay Davis. I don't know what that means.
Like
N-E-E lowercase n with an accent aigu over the E, and then Davis.
who the hell are these people?
Or should it be David? Because it's
Hebrew.
Sounds French. Né David.
Cordon bleu.
Oui. The victims were Glenna Sue Sharp, known as Sue. So Glenna Sue Sharp, known as just Sue, her middle name, the most important. Do you know what I learned? You know what I learned recently?
No, I don't.
About
Tell me.
chew pastry.
Oh, not like
I heard
the
about chew. Sue
Chinese
reminded me
letter.
of chew.
Sure.
So
Those are lookers.
chew pastry is apparently a very old type of pastry made with some kind of fat,
Sounds like me.
and it tastes very. It's just to melt in your mouth. It's just tight, a close texture.
Is it like baklava?
It's not like baklava at all. In fact, it's not flaky. It's a bit like a pie crust.
Okay.
So exactly like baklava.
Yeah.
And so the murder victims were Glenna Sue Sharp, Sue being her middle name,
Okay.
and the name people called her by. Can you guess how old she was, Preston?
25.
36. Her son named
John the
and
Baptist.
and his friend named
Dana went.
Wingate. Wow, you got a really good guessing game going right now, Preston. Dana Wingate, exactly.
It's just the names that popped to my head.
Yeah. Preston's psychic. And so, and at the same time, after the crime was discovered. Oh my god.
I get it. Columbus Day really got to you. Discovering everything.
Well, you know what happened on Columbus Day, actually?
A lot of murdering.
Because we still have school on Columbus Day at Columbia.
Yeah. Which makes no sense to me, right? Like,
I feel like there
come on.
would be a bit of an outrage if we had off for Columbus Day.
But they named it after him, Ben. Come on. I'm not joking. Someone once asked me that question.
Was Columbia named after Columbus?
Why don't we get Columbus Day off? Because we go to Columbia. That's a person who got into the school. Just to let you know that's a thing.
I mean, I feel like a lot of schools get off for Columbus Day.
But names aside, the person asked me because of like Columbia's name, the school's name. He assumed that there was a connection,
A kesher.
a kesher, if you will.
Yeah. So we don't get off for, but and you know it was disgusting out yesterday. The weather.
It's always disgusting.
And the weather is not always disgusting. And Preston, if you're from the breezy coast of San Luis Obispo, California, the happiest town on earth.
Thank you, Oprah.
Can you
Rest in
even
peace.
fathom? Can you fathom the fact that it was? I don't even know. I would guess 80% humidity yesterday.
It's actually horrific.
I bet you were literally drowning.
No joke.
You were gasping for air because you couldn't breathe. You were saying to me the other week that it was too humid.
Yeah.
I thought it was beautiful weather out. So yesterday, when I sat down on a chair that felt wet because of how humid the air was, and started to try to underline pieces of paper that I couldn't underline with a pencil
because you were just
because
sweat.
they were like moist pieces of paper. I can't even imagine how you felt.
No joke. When I go into my room at night for sleeping, I'm like, this is where I die. This is. I'm just gonna dehydrate and I'll never come back.
Really, I feel like humidity is the opposite of what dehydrates you.
But don't you wake up and kind of? I don't know, dude. I don't like.
It makes you sweat.
Yeah, I don't like.
I was watching what's the one? Not Guy Fieri. The one who does the survival. Guy Fawkes? Nope. Guy Fawkes? Guy Fieri.
You mean the guy who drinks his own piss? Bear Grylls?
Yeah, Bear Grylls. That's what I was trying to think of.
Guy Bear Grylls.
Guy Bear Grylls. He's a guy.
He's a guy.
I was watching whatever they fucking call it these days.
Lost and Naked in the Woods.
Wow, that's a really unoriginal password, Preston. Preston, for those of you who can't see the radio magic, Preston just accessed his phone with a password that is a series of counterclockwise triangles The password screen is a grid of 4 triangles, and his whole password just moves not even counterclockwise,
Yeah,
clockwise in a circle of pressing these squares on the grid.
You know what's worse about that? When I set it up, I thought I did a full rotation. I got locked out on my phone twice because I realized I kept doing an extra square by accident.
Really?
Yeah.
So Preston can't even remember the very simple password that he set up for himself.
Oh, now I know it.
But regardless, I was watching an episode of whatever the fuck Man vs. Wild.
Man vs. Gyrlls.
And he was in some place where there was 100%. I think it was Alaska. It was 100% humidity.
Oh my god!
And he lit a fire.
Did it got like?
Well, the smoke went up like 2 feet, maybe a foot or 2 feet, and then hit this wall. And it looked like there was a glass panel that just prevented the smoke from going any further, but it was literally the humidity in the air.
That's crazy.
Yeah, there's really nothing I hate more than weather-wise. Nothing I hate more than high humidity.
I'd rather be freezing than humid.
Yeah, I like that crisp winter air. Low humidity. I just can't. It's not 100% humidity is not rain. So if you were just called in and asked, 100% humidity is not rain. Those are 2 different measurements. Humidity is the amount of moisture in the air, which can be at 100% without it raining. Rain, for those of you who don't know, is the accumulation of humidity in clouds, which are different at a different level of the atmosphere from the air that we breathe.
All right.
And those clouds accumulate maybe to 100% humidity, and then release that humidity in the form of water droplets. It falls to Earth, and then are integrated into the water cycle, where they become evaporated again, and then move up into the clouds in the sky, and create this whole cycle again. Snow melt, everything. Right, Preston?
It's life cycle.
It's a life cycle of water.
Also, my hair feels horrible when it's humid. Just to answer another question.
Preston now has hair down to his shoulders.
It's been like that for a while.
A little farther than that.
Yeah, it's been like that for a while now.
They're getting shaved.
Shaved?
You shave your head, right?
No. Don't spread that.
That's right.
If someone pays for my college tuition, I'll do it. That's an open offer to anybody out there listening.
That's right. You heard it here first. Preston Olsen, and for the 25th caller today, you can have anything in the studio, and that includes all of Preston's hair. Preston will shave his head and mail you his hair in a Ziploc bag if you are the 25th caller today. Okay? You heard it here.
You know it's legal over the mail system to deliver hair of such volume.
You just gotta put it in a Ziploc bag and freeze it, and then say toxic on the bag. Toxic waste. Just in case.
Okay.
And so if you send it like that, styrofoam cooler, it'll be good to go.
So if someone wanted to call, what would be the phone number to call?
The phone number would be 1-800.
Okay.
1-800-258-87 carpet cleaners. So 1-800 COL. That's COL, and then UMBA.
Mad.
COLUMBA. Columba.
After Columbus, Ohio.
After Columbia is 8 letters, and they couldn't fit their name into a phone number, so it's 1-800 COLUMBA Columba. Is that right, Preston?
Let me check the records, and yes, it's correct.
Oh, actually, the phone number is 212-854-4773. That's right.
Oh my god, how long has that been there?
854-4773. So if you want to call into the studio, please feel free.
That's 212-854-4773.
And what's the acronym for that, Preston? Columba, that's right. So if you put in those digits to your phone, they will not spell out Columba. And we have our caller. That's our first caller of the night. 24 more. 24 more, and we will be on our way to getting Preston to shave his head.
Remember, this is for you out there, people. This hair is for the folks listening.
Who is this? Oh, I'm sorry, we're not taking any calls right now.
Wait, who called?
All right, so that was our first caller. They get no prizes. But if we get 24 more, then we will...
Was that my mom? Did you just hang up on my mom?
Preston, I can't disclose that. It's private information.
Private information. Yeah,
it's confidential.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, the person didn't want to speak on the phone.
Oh, that's fine. That's understandable.
Yeah, that was a private conversation.
Oh, I found out who it was.
Who was it?
No one. Yeah, private information.
No one. And, okay, so we're moving on here. And we're moving on, and I'm typing a password into my laptop so I can get to this Wikipedia article. And here we are. So, Preston, can you recount the information we've learned so far about
All right,
these
so we learned
murders?
that Kenny murders were unsolved in 1981. An American quadruple homicide occurred in Kenny, California. The murder took place in cabin 28 during the late afternoon of April 11, 1981, or the early following morning. The victims were Glenn Sue Sharp, known as Nee Davis, known as Sue, age 36, for John, age 15, and her friend Dana Weingate in 1917. At some time after the crime was discovered, she had a daughter at 12. Okay, so that's the
All right,
information.
so her daughter Tina.
Sure.
That's
12.
Tina as in Tina Turner.
Tina Belcher.
As in Tina Belcher. As in
Bob's Burgers.
As in Breakfast at Tina's.
Breakfast at Tito's.
Breakfast at Tina's. She was reported missing.
Oh.
And
That's too
oh
bad.
god, this is.
Oh, is this a
gets
child
dark.
murder? This is a murder
12.
of a
Do you
child.
consider 12 a child?
That's pretty childlike. It's like
All right, so we're about to get a little dark here for all of you children listening.
we're gonna get a little.
I recommend you put your fingers in your ears and make a little little noise. Her skull and several other bones were recovered in 1984 in Camp 18, California,
which is
in Butte County.
Butt County.
Butte County.
They get really mad if you don't pronounce it correctly.
All right, so now we have 4 murders.
Somebody thinks we planned this ahead. Someone thinks that we really put thought and effort into this.
We did put a lot of thought and effort into this.
Oh, sorry, the 7. Oh, did I just give it away?
We put a lot. Oh, Preston.
Yeah.
Preston.
Sure.
I don't know if my headphones are cutting out.
Oh no. Oh no. Wait, what's happening? Oh no.
Oh,
God.
it's back. It's back.
Okay.
It's back.
I thought we were gonna go off the air for a second. That was scary for a second.
Dodge a bullet there.
Just unlike Tina Turner.
Okay, so now we have 4 murders. The last one of which was discovered 3 years apart. I can get it, Preston.
Okay,
Don't worry.
you
You keep it going.
Okay, alright.
We got another phone call right now.
So
I'm gonna pick it up.
So
this will be our second caller after this 23 calls to go until Preston shaves his head.
I really don't want that to happen. But I love the traffic and exposure, so I don't know how to feel.
Hello?
Oh, Ben, you just break the. Brent, we need that.
Who's this?
By the way, for those at home for the
Hello?
radio magic, it's really hot in here.
Who's this speaking?
And if the fan breaks, I think we break as human beings in general.
Who's
And I don't
speaking?
want it. I don't want to see
Sir,
that.
Please.
Ben, I don't want to see
Who's-
broken Ben. It's a bad Ben. You know, they say bad Ben for
I
bed
can't-
makes
it's
a bad
it's a
go
faint voice.
go bad.
Is this Julia?
Is this Luby? Is Julia Luby
Is this
calling
Julia?
us? Staff manager, general manager,
Is this Shoshi?
general manager of WWE East, Julia Luby.
Is this Julia?
Is this the general commissioner, Julia Luby, Shoshi Levine?
Is this Julia? Is this Shoshi?
Is this Cecilia Shoshi?
Is this Cecilia?
Is this Mark Hirsch?
Is this? Oh boy.
Is this Camille?
That's all the people I know in the world.
I mean, if it's not the 3 of them.
Oh, it's Caroline.
Is this Julia?
Hello, how are you?
Wait, you said.
Thanks for listening. We're
so-
not taking calls right now. I'm sorry, so I'm just gonna hang up. All right, bye.
You know, I think they would just get the message by now.
Yeah.
But remember,
so-
23 more callers, and Preston shaves his head live on air. But
Yeah,
please don't call because
so-
we're in the middle of
yeah.
a murder mystery.
So if you call in, I'm just letting you know we're not taking calls right now, but you do have to keep calling
Only 23
because
more
we
times.
need 23 more callers until Preston shaves his head.
These are unique callers, by the way. You can't repeat.
So if you're listening, we need 23 unique callers until Preston. That's 100% guaranteed
No bamboozle.
that Preston will shave his head. And I know there are 25 of you out there, so we need at least 23 of you to call in order to get Preston to shave his head. I really want to see this. Preston already has kind of a large forehead, and him shaving it will only define that more. You can't see where it blurs from the forehead to his head. That's the nature of a bald.
A ball.
A bald. Wow. All right.
That was a duty and a tootie.
Okay, so we're getting back to it. 4 murders, 1 discovered 3 years after the murder occurred in Camp 18, California. Let's look up what Camp 18 is, Preston.
Okay.
Why do you think they named it Camp 18?
Well, because you know what they say, two cabins is a party, but 3 is a nuisance.
That's exactly what they say. And so Camp 18 is an unincorporated community in Butte County, California, about 1.2 miles from the Plumas County line. And what is an unincorporated community, Preston?
An unincorporated community in law is a region of land that is not governed by a local municipal. How do you pronounce that?
Municipal?
Municipal corporation. Similarly, an unincorporated community is a region of land that is not governed by its own local municipal corporation, but is rather administered as part of a larger administrative division.
What are administrative divisions?
All right, so administrative.
I gotta look the administrative divisions. Unit, entity, area, or region, also referred to as a subnational entity, constituent unit, or county subdivision, is a portion of a country, country, or other region delineated for the purposes of administration. What's administration?
Well, I'm
Let's
glad
take a
you
look
asked.
here. Yeah,
An administration
that's
is loading. An administration, in American usage, the term that refers to the executive branch under a specific president or governor, mayor, or local executive. But in Europe, it varies by country, but most typically the term administration refers to managerial functions in general, which may include governments or the hierarchy of national and local governments. But what's a public administration, Ben?
well. What's in English speaking?
What's
What's in English speaking? English is a West Germanic language spoken in the early medieval England and is now a global lingua franca. Named after the Angels, one of Germanic tribes that migrated to England, it ultimately derives in its name Anglia.
But what's a Frisian language is what I got.
Of what? It's closely related to the Frisian languages. But what's a Frisian language?
The Frisian language are a closely related group of Germanic languages spoken by about 500,000 Frisian people who live on the southern fringes of the North Sea in the Netherlands and Germany. The Frisian languages are the closest living language group to the Anglic languages. The two groups make up the Anglo-Frisian language group.
However, modern English and Frisian are not mutually intelligible. What's a mutually intelligible, Preston?
Well, I'm glad you asked once
Oh,
again.
wait, better question.
Oh, it's a better question.
Better question. We actually had the one of dialects of Frisian, a Frisian language, is spoken in 4 villages in Westerworcester, the neighboring province of Groningen, of Groningen, North Frisian.
Yeah.
And also spoken in Terschelling and Schiermonnikoog. What's Schiermonnikoog? Well, Schiermonnikoog is an island, a municipality, and national park in the northern Netherlands. All of this is coming together. Administration in the northern Netherlands. Let's listen actually how to pronounce it. That's coming up. It's loading. All right. I didn't hear that. Let's try it one more time. Schiermonnikoog.
You were spot on.
Schiermonnikoog. And up to 300,000 people visit the island every year.
And did you know that 500,000 people speak the language? Wow.
Staying in 5,500 available beds in holiday homes. And the earliest mention of Schiermonnikoog is in writing dating from October 1440 in a document written for Philip the Good. Now, you may ask me, Preston.
I am asking you.
Can you ask me?
Who's Frisian the Good?
His name was actually Philip the Good, and
well, I'm asking
he was the Duke of Burgundy as Philip II from 1419 until his death. He was a member of the cadet line of the Valias dynasty.
Oh wait, that's a really big dynasty.
And what was the Valias dynasty?
They were a French dynasty.
The House of Valias was a cadet branch of the Capetian dynasty.
Yeah, the Capets
succeeded the House of Capet to the French throne. And they were the royal house of France from 1328 to 1589.
Do you know
Junior members of the family founded by the cadet branches in Orleans, Anjou, Burgundy, and Alençon. Okay. And
I actually love... That's my favorite French dynastic house. Yeah.
Well, we'll stop here then.
All right.
The House of Valois.
So, for those at home, the House of Valois, Philip the Good, Frisian languages, Germanic people, English usage, administrations.
Yeah. Do you want to play the Wikipedia game right now, Preston?
One of our super fans asked, "Can we talk about Hitler?" That was really offensive for who would ask that. I don't know who would. Can we ban this person?
Can we not bring up genocide?
Really?
On a light-hearted show
fascist
about
dynasties?
murder?
Really?
Okay. So you want to play the Wikipedia game?
Yeah.
So you know how to play, right?
No.
So
I've done it
for all you listeners out there, the thing you have to do, you have to pick an article to get to, and you have to start. If you click English, and then you go to random article. And so what article do you want to get to?
Wait, I need to see where we're random.
Do you want to get to fork-marked lemurs?
Okay.
That's the featured article.
All right,
fork-marked lemurs.
Let's go. Random article.
Okay. Oh, we're starting.
Ganti Temple. UNESCO.
Fuck. How do I get to random article?
United. That's why I was looking
article.
for United Nations.
Oh fuck. Persunia circisa, commonly known as the silky geenbug, New South
Austria.
Queensland. I forgot what we're getting to.
Fork-marked lemurs.
Oh, fork-marked lemurs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lemurs.
Queensland.
Nazi church.
Queensland,
Oh, we got the Hitler. I didn't want to do it. I was just talking about not doing that.
Separating colony. Climate, geography.
Mixed economy.
Climate.
State
We
run
got
prices.
fork-marked lemur.
Wait, you got it? Oh, you got it. Well,
I didn't
that was
get
great.
it. I didn't get it.
Bush administration.
Look up bushfires.
Internationality.
We're going to bushfire.
I need something about the
Australia's
environment.
Indigenous,
Wait, globalization. That could be
Cleveland,
environment.
Guidelines for survival.
Economic.
Seasonality.
Wait,
All right, pause.
okay.
Pause. We got a phone
Time
call.
out!
Phone call. All right, I'm answering the phone.
Ah!
Hello.
The headset went all over the place.
Can I have the name of this caller, please?
Remember, it has to be unique callers. We need. That's 20. That's
all right,
23.
Kalila.
That's 20.
We're not taking
that's
calls right now, but this is number 3. Thank you.
Ben, I don't think she's listening. So you.
All right, we just had another anonymous caller, and that is the third call. The third call in this effort to get Preston Olson to shave his head.
That's so we got 22. How many we got?
We got 22 to go. Preston.
22.
So call your friends. Preston will be shaving his head.
If
all goes well, Preston will be shaving his head by the end of tonight.
If Kalila's not listening, I want to apologize on the air because I don't think she was in on the jokes.
Okay, well, this is a serious radio star. Can we get back to this, Preston?
All right, so
we're going to fork-marked lemurs.
Economic globalization.
Bushfires. Bush.
I need something on the environment.
Topography. No.
Wait,
Topography.
Time out!
Pause! Hello.
I'm gonna cheat on the control.
Who's speaking, please?
Wait, there's nothing about the environment and globalization? Is that like the entire theme of globalization?
Yapa?
I'm so confused.
Can I have a last name, please? Okay, thank you. We're not taking calls right now, but your call counts. All right, that's number 4. Preston is well on his way to getting his head shaved. Just a reminder to all that's out there.
I'm actually getting kind of worried.
We need 21 more calls until Preston shaves his head. We are not taking calls right now, but you do need to call in order to count towards the total for Preston shaving his head. All right, Preston, we're getting back to this.
All right, so okay.
This is on globalization. I'm on bushfires in Australia.
Modern times. There has to be something about
modernity.
Modern
All right, we're going to from bushfires. We are going to topography.
Agrarianization. That's
we're going to topography from bushfires. Topography.
That's farming.
Topography now.
Environment.
What else we got? Topography, elevation, terrain.
Irish land acres. Irish land.
What we got from topography that we can go to?
Which can go
objective
into
topographic study.
Church of Ireland.
Leveling. Remote sensor. Coordinates.
Geovisualization.
Geostatistic. Bound.
Secularism.
Okay, let's go to.
I'm good.
Let's go to boundary.
I'm getting away from it.
All right. Topography.
I need to go back to
topography.
Sharia law.
Let's go to let's go to cartography. Cartography. Let's go to science. Science. What we got for science? We got the natural sciences, material universe. I don't want to know about science and antiquity. Women in science, scientific practice, branches and fields. Let's go to science, branches and fields, natural nomenclature, nomenclature.
Time out!
Time out! All right. Hello.
I'm getting really stressed now.
Can I have a name, please? Oh, Rachel Jones. All right.
Who the hell is... Wait.
We got 5. What number is this, Preston?
I think we're on...
Don't lie.
We need 20 more.
I'm not taking calls. Thank you. What are we on?
Has that person even liked the Facebook page? Are they even a real fan?
Let's see. We're on 6. All right. We need 20. We need 19
No,
more.
no, we don't.
Oh, we need 20.
more.
That was 5. All right, we need 20 more callers. We are getting there. Preston will be shaving his head by the end of this
This person's
show.
from Facebook.
Ezrat Hashem, inshallah. All right, Preston, let's go.
It's
the
Rachel.
game.
Oh, her
you
picture.
do know her. Yeah,
her
yeah.
picture was of
Hillel's girlfriend.
Yeah, her.
All right, let's go. Let's keep it going.
Okay.
All right. So I'm on nomenclature.
I'm actually gonna add her on Facebook.
What were we trying to get to again?
Fork mark leaners.
Fork marked lemurs. And you're on the Potsdam conference? What the fuck have you been doing?
Globalization.
All right,
Time
pause.
Okay,
Hello.
I'm adding a caveat. You have to be my friend on Facebook to call in. If you're not my friend on Facebook, you don't count.
Can I have a name, please? All right, thank you. We're not taking calls right now.
Who was it? Are they my friend?
All right, that's number 6. No caveats, Preston. That's number 6. That was, I can only whisper the name because it's confidential.
Okay.
All right, that was Preston's friend on Facebook, anonymous, and that's number 6. Just a reminder, we're not taking calls right now, but we do need 19 more callers in order for Preston to shave his head by the end of the night. I will be texting people to call.
No, you have to invite people on the Facebook page, and then you can text them. That doesn't count.
Okay, I will not be texting people to call, but. Please, I know.
Ben, are you ashamed of what we have here?
I know 19 more of you are out there listening. Oh, we got another call. Hello. Okay.
Has to be a fan on Facebook. Friend on
I need
Fraser.
to know that
Down goes Fraser.
Called before. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, that's number 7.
Right, wait, whisper.
That's number 7.
Tell me their name.
Preston, I don't have the time right now.
You have to do it.
Number 7. We got 18 more to go, and Preston will shave his head. Keep it going. Keep it going. All right, 18 more of you listening. All right, Preston, we back on this game?
Sure.
Preston, can we get back?
I was gonna.
All right, I am on nomenclature. Preston is on Potsdam conference. We are trying to get to what was the
four-legged lemurs.
4-legged lemurs. Let's just say lemur. Is that easier? All right. Hello.
Oh my god.
This isn't Preston, but I am taking names for the calling to have Preston shave his head.
Wait, so Preston's even. Wait, is this a real caller?
Can I have the name, please?
Oh my god, I'm stressed. This is too much. This is life.
Alright, you have to add Preston on Facebook. Oh, you have Preston on Facebook because you saw his profile picture? That makes sense. Oh yeah. Okay. Well, I'll translate that to the listening audience. Thank you. Bye.
Wait, are you translating anything?
Oh, another one. keep talking, Preston.
Wait,
Hello?
who? What?
Hello?
This is like
Hi,
historic.
can I have a name, please?
Well, Bar doesn't get phone calls, so
Sorry?
everyone out there, you're making a difference.
Okay,
One
pleasure.
one life,
all
one
right,
lead.
Thank you. We'll put your name on the tally.
Put it on the board. Is that person friend me on Facebook? Is that,
All right, that's a friend of Preston on Facebook. What are we at?
Who are they?
9? Are we at 9?
Yeah.
We only need 16 more! 16 more until Preston shaves his head! I am getting excited now! This is the challenge of the century! Preston, who's been growing his hair for, what is it?
Probably more than 2.5 years.
More than 2.5 years, hasn't gotten a haircut.
Not at all.
He's about to shave his head if we get only 16 more callers, and
Someone asked
that's putting out to the listening audience.
You know what's hilarious?
We need you to call in. We're not taking calls right now. We're not taking any phone calls, but if you do call, we will put your name on the tally, okay?
You know what's really hilarious?
What's hilarious?
One of our super fans asked me, "Is this tonight or ever?" And I was like, "Oh, I'll be cheeky and say tonight."
Are you gonna shave your hair tonight?
No. If the calls overall counted,
Ever.
I was like, no, it has to be tonight.
It's only tonight. Oh, we got another one.
Oh
gotta
my
keep talking, Preston.
Okay, so
Hello?
I'm gonna research. I'll tell you about the Potsdam conference because I can't find a lemur.
Okay, can I have a name, please?
So the Potsdam conference was held at someone's
we're not
house.
taking calls,
The
but
Crown
thanks for your
Prince
call.
Wilhelm in Potsdam occupied Germany. Are they friends?
All right,
Facebook friend?
that was number 10.
Are they super friend? Are they super? Ben, you
that
have
was
to tell me.
That was number 10. That was number 10. We got 15 more.
How do I know that they're real people?
15 more. If you can't see me right now because I'm on the radio,
miming 15.
I'm miming 15.
This is radio
with
magic.
10 fingers and
This
then
is
5.
like-
All right, another call.
How is this my lemurs at this time
Hello?
of night?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Doesn't really. Ben's having a really polite conversation with somebody right now.
Okay, can I have a name, please?
That's really sweet.
All right,
People-
Dylan.
you know-
you're on the list.
Who the fuck is Dylan?
All right, anonymous caller. Preston
No, it
can't
doesn't
know the
count.
name. Can't know the name to check if it's on his
I'm
Facebook. But that is 11 callers.
That's
11 callers.
If it's not Dylan, I don't. He doesn't
You're
count.
friend with Dylan.
That's from California.
He called in. He's listening on the West Coast. All right, we got Dylan. We got anonymous name. We need 14 more callers for Preston to shave his head. All you listening out there, I want to know you're supporting us in this venture. All right, Preston, back to the Wikipedia. What are you on, Potsdam?
I'm still in Potsdam.
You're on Potsdam. I'm still on nomenclature.
All right,
we're trying to get to
Communist Party,
lemur.
Joseph Stalin. Joseph Stalin.
Names as culture, scientific nomenclature, biology. I like biology.
Oh, wait, that's a good
biological nomenclature. Let's go to biological nomenclature.
Can I just find something about the
Biological
environment for once in my
nomenclature.
goddamn life?
Zoology.
Developed a nuclear
Oh
weapon.
boy, I'm on zoology.
Oh wait, nuclear weapons harm the environment.
Zoology,
so it should be
animals. All right, I'm on animals. Animals.
Earth?
Animals.
No.
Animals. What do we got?
Global.
Bilateral. I don't
Oh
really
my
know
God.
enough about animals
Trees.
to do.
Environment and public health.
Animals. What kind of animal is a lemur, Preston?
It's a lemur.
History of classification, zoology.
Hiroshima.
Squids.
Quebec Agreement.
Squids. I don't think
Lemurs live in Canada, right?
Entomology, sea urchins, what do we got? Mysoclinea,
British
bilateral
Bomb
symmetry.
Project,
We have a diagram. A diagram of
Department of
animals.
Scientific Industrial Research.
Okay, all right.
Ministry of Technology.
vertebra-
Oh, science! But that can help.
Mammals? Are lemurs mammals?
Yeah, probably.
Okay, all right.
They're not reptiles.
I'm clicking on mammals.
Agricultural research. I started farming.
Marsupials? Are lemurs
Wait.
marsupials?
I think you're close. You're actually probably really close.
All right.
Antibiotics.
All right. I don't want to edit. No, I don't want to edit.
Don't edit.
We got another
Time
call.
out! T! Then you're gonna break the headphones.
Hello.
We need that
Hi,
to
can
listen
I have
to
your name,
ourselves
please?
talk. I swear to fuck God, this person's not my first.
All right, we got another one who thinks his head should be shaved.
If that's not a Facebook.
All
friend.
right, Liz. A Liz.
A Liz.
You'll search Liz on your Facebook. I'm sorry, anonymous caller.
So,
Oh. All right, if Preston has a Liz.
I'm just typing Liz.
All right, Preston's got a friend named Liz.
Oh wait,
All
actually,
right.
I'm sure. I think it's this one. I think that's probably it because she'd be friends with Shoshi.
All right, so what do we got? 12. We're up to 12. We only need 13.
Okay, I'm adding another caveat.
No more cat.
You have to-
Preston, you can't fuck out of this. You made this agreement. You made this promise to our viewership, our listenership. You can't just say, I'm not going to shave my head. We only need 13 more callers.
We need super fans in here. You have to like the Facebook page now.
Preston, that can't be a caveat.
That's a caveat.
Nope.
That's
it's
one
not.
click. That's one click.
It's not a
that's,
caveat.
That's one YouTube.
We're not giving
that's
out
one,
bags.
That's one Google
They
search.
don't need to like
that's
our
one
Facebook
look.
page.
That's
I
one
don't give a shit
love.
if they like
that's
us.
one life.
I just need to see
You only
that they
get
want
one
your
Earth.
head
You
shaved.
can only use Earth one time.
All right. That's not a caveat. Preston. All right, we got another one. Hello.
Oh my God.
All right, that's good to hear. Can I have your name, please? All right, we're not taking calls, but thank you.
Who is it?
A reminder that we're not taking calls. But if you would like to see Preston's head shaved, we only need, what is it now, Preston? A mere 12 more callers? That's right, in the last 15 minutes, we have moved from 0 callers to 13 callers. So, if the odds continue like this, Preston's gonna be shaving his head by the end of the show.
This is so stupid. Why is anyone listening? No one listens to this show. I make one offhanded comment.
Sitting here, chewing on his thumb, and I think what happened here, Preston, is that you drastically underestimated the listenership of our show. Just like Hillary Clinton overestimated the votership. The silent majority is coming out in favor of Preston getting his head shaved. So I want to thank all of our listenership for calling in and supporting this venture. Only 12 more callers. We are more than halfway there. If you want to donate to PBS... Don't pick up the phone. Instead, pick up the phone and call 212-854-4773. Again, that's 212.
We're gonna break the line. They can't handle this much traffic.
4773. All right, Preston. What are you at? You are
antibiotics.
Antibiotics. All right, I'm at fat-tailed dwarf lemur. Alright, so fat-tailed dwarf lemur, we're just trying to get to lemur.
Oral contraceptive.
Wait, how is there no fucking link to lemur? Oh, here it is, lemur. It appears that the lemur... Alright, I'm on lemur.
I'm on... What is that? Mifepristone.
What is mifepristone?
A medication typically used with misoprostol to bring about an abortion.
Alright.
I came out of nowhere.
So, Preston ended on mifepristone.
I'm on abortion.
I ended on lemur, which was the goal. And here we are. We are 12 callers away from Preston shaving his head. By all means, if you know anyone who's listening,
you have to like the Facebook page.
You know anyone who's gonna call,
you have to be a liker. You have to be my friend.
Preston,
you have to be like Facebook page.
Preston would prefer if you like the Facebook page.
I demand it.
But
because there's a person named Dylan who I've never met called, so that doesn't count.
But no it counts. But Preston has a Dylan who's a friend on Facebook.
Who's in California? So, I guarantee you that's not the same Dylan.
So if you just give me your first name, we can't guarantee your identity. If Preston has that first name on his Facebook, that counts. And if you like the Facebook page, that would be an added bonus.
No, that's a demand.
Preston's just overreacting now because he thinks he's actually going to have to shave his head, which I hope will be the case by the end of this show. So only 12 more listeners. 12 more listeners if you want to call in, if you want to like the Facebook page. We need you to call. 12 more callers and Preston will be... What's that? What are you going to do, Preston? What do you do, Preston?
Reevaluate my life choices.
Reevaluate his life choices and in doing so, shave his head. That's right. Preston will shave his head if you call in.
You texting?
I'm texting my mom.
Your mom doesn't. Your mom has to friend me on Facebook.
That's 212-854-4773. Again, the phone number is 212-212-212. 212 is the area code.
Everybody's been missing
854-4773. And so that's the phone number. We would really appreciate your call. 12 more callers and Preston will shave his head. In the meantime, to distract you from your impending fate, do you want to restart the murder mystery?
Oh yeah, I guess we could do that. That's the thing our show does.
Okay. So,
is that actually your mom you're texting?
Sure.
Are you...
Oh, we got another caller! Hello? Can I have a name, please? Alana, well, thank you for calling.
She doesn't even go to the school.
Right
she doesn't even go to the school.
But thanks for putting your name on the tally. Alright, that's an Alana.
Oh my god, I actually know what that is.
Alright, Preston, we got an Alana. That's, how many more? We're more than halfway.
We only need 11 more?
Only 11 more. That's right, 11 more. Tell your friends, 11 more callers, and Preston Olsen, our long-haired, red-headed best friend with his lion mane of flowing hair right down to his shoulders, will shave his head for only... How many more callers, Preston?
11 more.
11 more, that's right. Preston is looking very sad right now. He's trying to back out of this by adding conditions.
Because I never agreed to this?
And I want you to stop gaslighting, Preston. That's all I'm saying. All right, so 11 more callers. Let's keep them coming. In the meantime, we'll go to SF Gate for the
exercise
article titled the article titled "Exercising Ghosts of Past. New Owner Hopes to Reopen Resort Haunted by 20-Year-Old Slangs." Okay, so a new piece of information is that in these quadruple murders that we've been discussing very lightly since the beginning of the show.
What do you mean we've been thoroughly discussing it?
All right, so these murders that we've been discussing from the beginning of the show, quadruple murder happening at Ketty Resort. I assume the resort closed down after that. Would you also assume that,
Well,
Preston?
for them to reopen the hotel, they probably have to close it first.
By 20-year-old slang. So the murders happened. This article is from 2001, June 10th, 2001.
But the murders ain't from 2001.
The murders were 20 years before that, right into Ronald Reagan's presidency, a year in.
Do you think he
Imagine
used that? Do you think he used that to campaign? He was like, California.
He said, I had one unsolved murder happen during my presidency, or as we have seen, more than one unsolved murder, and I will not let that happen again.
And then it happened.
Well, he was the governor of California. Am I wrong in thinking that?
Really?
He was a governor. I don't know of what state.
Let's look it up.
And for a president that we have as the title of our show, maybe I should know.
He was the governor of California for 2 terms.
Okay, great. I got it right.
Wow, we really just love our shitty Republican celebrity governors in California.
I don't make political claims on this show.
I do.
I just
Arnold Schwarzenegger ruined our tax system and fucked over the UCs.
Okay.
If you're listening, Arnold Schwarzenegger, I'm looking at you, champ.
Okay, so just a reminder, based on Preston's comment, we only need 11 more callers until Preston will shave his head. We come this far. 14 callers is a big achievement, and I really don't want to disappoint all those listeners who did call and who we promised to have Preston shave his head. So keep those calls coming, and we want to keep that going. Again, the number is 212-854-4773. That's 212-285-79-876. So the resort was closed after these murders. Why don't we get a little more into the murders before we get into the reopening of the resort? Is that a good idea?
I think that makes sense.
All right. So let's. I got off the page of Wikipedia because I was going on to lemurs.
By the way, so I'm not gonna put out names out there. The person who said please don't shave your head, I guarantee you started this wildfire.
Oh, we got another caller.
Shouldn't you guys be studying for midterms instead of listening to our shitty show?
Hello.
I'm just saying, you guys' priorities ain't straight. That's all I gotta say.
I need a name. I need a name so you know you didn't call before. All right, Frank Pellegrino.
I know for a fact he ain't friends on Facebook. I know for a fact he ain't.
Frank, you were a guest on our show, so that counts as an honorary Facebook friend, and we appreciate that. We're not taking calls right now, but thanks for calling. Okay, we got another friend on Facebook.
He's not my friend on Facebook. Someone actually sent me a friend request to make up for it, so I appreciate that.
So we got one of Preston's friends on Facebook just requested that Preston shave his head. We need 10 more calls.
Frank ain't my friend on Facebook. I know it. I see it.
All right, that still counts.
No, it doesn't.
We need 10 more calls in order for Preston to shave his head. That's a strong 10. We can get us down to single digits for the next call.
I'd like to point out one person actually sent me a friend request who wasn't my friend on Facebook, so I do appreciate them following the rules.
Okay, we need one more.
Ben, one eye don't make the world go blind. 2 eyes make my eyes go shaved.
All right, we need 10 more calls in order to make Preston shave his head. We need 10 more calls to make this dream a reality. Please support your local radio station generating quality
Ben,
content every Tuesday from 10 to 12 p.m.
Ben,
thank you for your support.
Ben
and
Ernstine,
we really like to know
Boy,
that 25
Ben the Man
people
Ernstine,
care enough
Ben Ernstine,
to call
Ben,
and listen
Ben.
and support our radio show. Preston, yeah, do you have something to say?
Yeah, somebody doesn't know how to get on our website.
Oh, we got another call!
The person doesn't even listen to the show.
Hello.
Oh my god.
Can I have your name, please?
You have to like the Facebook page. You have to friend me on Facebook. I have to know who you are as a human being, as one of them.
So under Preston's conditions, you need to friend him on Facebook and like the Facebook page. I'm not gonna hold you to that, but I'll take you as
But
a
I
caller.
will.
Thank you.
Who is that? Is that Dylan? Is that Dylan again?
All right, that was
Is that Dylan?
That was someone named Carly.
Oh my god. Who the fuck is that?
Preston, can you just search if you have a Carly?
I know I have a Carly.
All right, we're down to 9. We got another call. Hello. Oh, thank you for calling. We're not taking callers. We'll put your name on the tally.
Who is that? Who's that?
All right, that was Preston's best friend.
Who? Dylan?
Jacob.
Is it Jacob Capillion?
It's a Jacob.
You had to tell me his
I
last
only
name.
get first names. It's part of the confidentiality. So what are we down to now, Preston? 7. This is another.
Half of these
we're
are
down to
unregistered
7.
voters.
Hello.
Oh my god.
Hi, can I have a name, please?
Fucking hell.
Sorry? Oh, okay. Thank you for calling. We're not taking calls. All right. We are down to 6.
Who was
6.
it? Who
That's almost 5. We need 6 more callers until Preston shaves his head
Who was it?
and takes all
Who
the
was
hair,
it?
puts it all
Who was
in a
it?
Ziploc
Who was
bag,
it? Who was
and then puts it all in a Ziploc bag
Who was it?
and ships it
Who was
to the
it?
25th caller.
Who was it?
We are
Who was
doing
it?
great.
Who was it?
We are doing great.
Who is it? Who's
Who-
there?
Who was that?
Knock knock. Who's
That
there?
was another Ben. Another
Kirsten?
Ben. I can't say last names. Confidentiality. Another 6 callers is all we need. Another 6 callers, please, and we will have our achieved goal.
So,
of
why is it
Preston
you
shaving
get
himself.
caveats, but I don't get caveats?
What's the caveat?
I don't know who the fuck they are.
No, you see what it is, Preston? Is that
Sure, tell me.
originally it was any caller.
No, it
and
wasn't.
then you added
No,
has
it
to be
was
my
never.
friend on Facebook, and then you added that's another caller. Hello. Okay, we got another caller. Thank you. Woo! We are down to 5. That was Cecilia, so you definitely know her, and she definitely likes the Facebook page. And her quote was, "Can you shave your head already?" You know what that means, Preston? She wants you to shave your head, and that's down to 5 callers. All we need is 5 more to reach our fundraising goal of 25 callers.
Remember, this is for the kids without cars. we've been working on this charity for years.
We've been working on this charity
Every call
for
counts.
all of our shows, and we really want to thank you all for supporting the Preston Shaves His Hair.
For the children.
Will you donate your hair to a wig if you shave your head?
I'll donate it to my child.
All right, Preston will save his hair until he has a child in a styrofoam cooler. His hair frozen by a block of
Ice.
nitroglycerin that he reheats every day at 4 p.m. In the comfort of his own home. And we want to thank you, Preston, for committing to this challenge for charity. And so that's only 5 more. That's only 5 more we need in order to make this dream a reality. So please keep your calls coming, and in the meantime, we will follow up on these.
I'm adding another
petty murder-
caveat. What was the April 25th murder mystery of Ronald Reagan murder mystery number 1? Tell me,
April-
and I'll give you.
Oh my God! No, Preston, we're not having this. They don't have to be long
But
time.
these are
listeners.
ghost human beings who don't even know what I look like.
Preston, I know you're freaking out right now because
Yeah.
it means you might have to shave your head.
Maybe.
But
Possibly.
I don't appreciate the
You
fact
sure?
that you're creating all these caveats.
Then this adds
merely
the conflict and tension. So I make a story. So I make a real life story.
You know what the conflict was?
Sure.
You don't want to shave your head. You know what the tension is?
What?
Knowing whether or not we're going to get enough callers, We don't need to add more tension by adding these stupid caveats, Preston, okay?
I think someone thinks I'm actually, like, seriously mad.
Yeah, alright, so we got 5 more. Another call coming in.
For those listening at home, I'm not actually mad.
Oh, hi. Thanks for calling. We'll put your name down on the list. Thanks. We're not taking calls. Bye. Okay, that was another caller. Another caller who says that the April 20... What date was it, Preston?
25th.
It was April 25th murder happened in America.
What?
Well, you said that was a sufficient enough answer for this murder as to where it happened.
What?
So that's what the murder was. They are your friend on Facebook, and they like the Facebook page. According to the... 3. We need 4 more. Hello? Oh, hi. How are you? Okay, we're not taking calls right now, but thanks for the call. All right. How many more is that, Preston?
Who are they?
We need 3 more.
Who are they?
We need 3
We need
more.
5 more, because I know these 2
Are you
of them.
kidding?
2 of them are unregistered voters. 2 of them
Preston,
are illegal, unregistered
Preston,
voters.
I want you to adhere to
Electoral
the
college.
I want you to...
Popular vote.
All right. So, what are we gonna... You want to take a break from this?
We haven't had a break.
Get some more calls. And technically right now we need 3 more. Hello? Who's speaking, please? Sophie?
Sophie.
Hi, it's a pleasure to hear from you, and we will add your name to the tally. Thank you.
Sophie who? Sophie who?
I only have first names, part of the confidentiality.
I know it's Sophie.
That was
but I don't know if
that
it's
was
the
Sophie. Why don't you search Sophie on your Facebook?
I know it's Sophie.
Why don't you search Sophie on your Facebook? Why don't you search Sophie on your Facebook?
Because I know I do know it's Sophie.
Okay, I can get a last name.
You didn't
And we don't do repeat callers.
I-
Alright, so that's how many? 2 more. We need 2 more callers until Preston...
We need...
Hello? Oh, hi, how are you? Alright, I'm gonna actually adhere to Preston's rules on this one. I know
Oh, now you
I know
are.
you don't know Preston.
You don't know who I am!
And I'm gonna apologize and say that your call doesn't count. I'm sorry, we need original callers. We only need 2 more, and if you can find some original callers.
I mean, so many text messages right now.
Okay, we need 2 more. We need 2 more. The phone's still ringing. All right, I adhere to Preston rules on that one. 2 more. Hello. Hello.
I walk this
Hello?
way, bro.
Hello. All I can hear is crackling on the other end. Hello.
Also, someone wants to talk about Bubblegum Alley. So in
Okay,
San Luis
I
Obispo,
do
my
understand.
hometown, there is 2 walls. They're cobblestone walls. They form an alleyway. And for some reason, it's a tourist attraction to chew gum and stick it on the walls. So it's just 2 walls filled with chewed up year-old gum. It's pretty
lube?
gross.
It's Lube. Lube, you are the second to last caller.
We need...
You are the second
So
to
many
last
more.
caller.
Julia
for
complimented
this
my
amazing
hair.
challenge. This amazing challenge where we are deciding the fate of Preston Olsen's hair. Thank you for contributing to this enterprise. All right, can you solicit one more caller? That would be great. That Preston's friends with on Facebook and that likes the Facebook page. Thanks. All right, Preston. We are down to a single caller.
We are down to
We are
way
down-
more to single caller.
We are down to a single caller until you need to do what, Preston?
Cut a lock of hair.
Is
that compromise?
That's part of what it is.
Is that
We
compromise?
can't compromise this late in the game.
We're compromising because something
We
about
can't compromise this late in the game.
rules have been
But
broken.
Preston
Rules
will.
are
Preston will
not a
shave his entire head, merely for the 25th caller.
the time I got.
That's right. We are on 24 callers, 24 amazing human beings who have contributed to this venture.
Facebook. I don't find it's not from your Facebook.
We really appreciate that.
And I find that offensive.
And so we just want to encourage that 25th caller to call right in and again make this dream a reality. You're supporting local radio. You're supporting your school, and this is important. So the number again is 212-854-4773. That's 212-854-4773. We will reach our target hopefully by the end of the hour. Our show ends at 12. We've got another 45 minutes. We've accumulated 25 callers in the last half an hour, a little over. So we're really holding. Preston, that's the call.
We need two. We need at least another two. Frank is not from me on Facebook. He's not like the Facebook page.
Hello.
And Dylan is a person who I've never met my entire life.
Eric?
Who the fuck is Eric?
Yeah. Oh, it's Eric.
Who's Eric?
Eric from Kesher. Thank you, Eric.
Is he friends with me on Facebook?
All right, that's Eric. That is.
Does he like the
what do we need, Preston? 2 more, you're saying? Because Frank
we
wasn't a
need
friend.
at least 5 now.
Preston, I can't take your freaking.
I can't take simple rules.
All right, Preston's really freaking out here because he might actually have to cut his hair. So I'll.
This is called comedy. It's called yelling.
I'll give Preston the benefit of the doubt and say one more caller. Okay.
No.
Take that, Preston. One more caller. One more caller, and Preston will shave his head. All right, Preston. You're gonna take your hair. You're gonna send it to that 25th caller, that 25th real caller, and you will shave those beautiful red locks of yours and send them to the 25th caller. Okay. All right, Preston. We shook on it. That's right. Preston agreed to it. The 25th caller, and Preston will shave his head. Keep it going. Keep it going. All right, Preston, let's take your mind. All right, we're gonna put a moratorium on calls. Okay, is that fair, Preston?
Sure.
We'll put a moratorium on calls for the 25th caller until 11:45. And so, if you call within the last 15 minutes of the show, Preston's looking a little upset right now. I'm just trying to stop poking the bear. Preston doesn't like the way this challenge is turned, but we need that 25th real caller to call at 11:45 or afterwards, and Preston will, again, shave his head. Is that right, Preston? All right. I'll take that silence as an affirmative yes. And so, Preston, let's finish this murder, okay? Let's cheer you up, buddy.
Wow, that's offensive. Wildfire in California is a serious issue, and I do not like people making fun of it.
Well, we didn't talk about wildfire on the radio.
Well,
so if you want to talk about wildfire, you should have brought that up to this radio listening audience, Preston. Okay?
Sure.
Just like your hair. Wildfire. All right. So, what's going on with those wildfires in California?
People have been like telling me, "Oh, I'm safe and everything." It's like really serious, apparently.
That you're safe? You probably are safe.
Oh yeah.
you're in New York.
They're like, "Damn you, Preston! You got out in time."
You got out. That's
my voice is actually hoarse from all the yelling.
In California, your voice is hoarse.
Yeah.
You don't
Giddy up.
You don't
cowboy.
look like a horse.
My family is okay.
Your family's okay?
My family is okay.
That's probably true because you live in Southern California and these wildfires are in Northern California. And California is as big as like 3 states on the East Coast.
It's a big boy state.
Big boy state that Ronald Reagan was governor of.
Mm.
And so, Preston.
Sure.
Can I ask you, if you were in a wildfire, what would you do? What's Preston's wildfire survival technique?
So, I actually know this from experience.
From they teach you how to a wildfire?
So in 2nd grade, we had wildfire drills, and so what they would do is they would go to the local forest, they would light the forest on fire, they would toss us in there and say, "All right, 5 of you enter, only 2 of you leave."
Uh-huh.
So what happened was, I would hide under. I colored myself as a rock to hide in the environment. So then the other kids fought to the death over the middle area, weapon area.
Right.
But what happened was I ended up getting injured in the process. So then this girl we won't say any names because of privacy, but let's just say her name was Katniss Everdeen. She found me in the forest
Right.
when I was injured. She befriended me as a result. So what happened in the end, we teamed up together. We killed the other children.
Did you die?
We didn't die because what happened was we refused to kill each other on the pretense of a fake love triangle. So in the end, the school administration of my elementary school decided that because of this delightful display of affection, we will allow you two kids to live. It was the first time in the entire, once again, privacy issues, the Hunger Games of elementary school that they allowed.
What was it called? The Hunger Games?
That's not the real name. That's the privacy name.
It wasn't the wildfire drills.
Ben. You're ruining the privacy.
Oh, sorry.
Now people are going to look it up.
The Hunger Games. Why did they call it the Hunger Games?
They didn't call it the Hunger Games. I'm saying it's privacy. It's a made-up name.
I don't understand.
So, I get back to my district, and I'm praised as a hero for surviving in it. So what they decided is this Preston is such a good kid at living. So what they did is they lit my house on fire as a result. And so what happened was my parents both died. Me and my two other children became orphans, and we had a series of unfortunate events. So we had to live with our uncle as a result. But because our parents were so wealthy,
Was your uncle a nice guy?
No, he was a really mean guy.
Oh, okay.
He had a really ugly
Sad
tattoo.
to hear.
Really ugly tattoo
On his ankle?
on his ankle. Yeah. How'd you know about that? Is that a good guess?
I was just a guess,
Just a guess. So because of the giant fortune our family left us, we decided to escape our uncle on a boat. And it was this really big cruiser. It was the first of its ever size, and it was going across the Pacific.
Right.
So we thought we escaped, but what happened is the ship hit an iceberg.
You can't say the name because of confidentiality.
Yeah, exactly. Right? Yeah. Hit an iceberg. Right. So then our cruiser broke in half. So when we were sinking to the water, that's it. We thought
was this a cruiser that they put stops in each compartment of the bottom part of the ship, so that if there was a leak, they could stop the water from running through the whole ship?
No.
Sorry, I was mistaking that for the Titanic.
Yeah, no, not a different ship.
Different one,
So what happens, the ship sunk 20,000 leagues under the sea we were, and this is where I thought, this is it. This is where I'm dead. Yeah. But then what happened was a whirlpool sucked us up, shot us straight out of the water,
Yeah.
And you know what happened, Ben?
What happened?
I hit a giant peach in the air.
Oh my gosh.
And there was all these animals and insects who became my friends. Wow. And I lived happily ever after.
That's amazing.
Thank you.
And your name is Preston and the Giants.
Preston Olsen.
Well, that was a great story about how you defeated the wildfire games at your elementary school. Thanks for that.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, no problem. So should we finish out this murder?
Sure.
Well, 4 people were murdered, and I think we can guess the end. Is that there is no end. It was a cold case murder. And so we'll just finish this out, and then Glenna
Paltrow.
Details. Glenna Sue Sharp. That's Sue in quotation marks. Because people like to call her Sue. And she had 5 children. Luckily...
Luck of the draw.
All of them died, if we can say that's luck.
Well, it's good they're not all dead.
Right, good the less people died.
Yeah.
And so Sue and her 5 children were renting out a cabin in November of 1980, and at approximately 7:45 a.m. On the morning of April 12th, Sheila Sharp, I assume who is her daughter, returned from the sleepover next door, discovered the tied-up bodies of Sue, John, and Dana in the home's living room. That's really sad. All 3 of them were tied up. I assume they were dead. And Plumas County Sheriff deputies later determined that Tina Sharp was missing from the location, and that was the one they found 3 years later. And the murders had been commented upon for their particular viciousness. And so, Preston, you may be asking, how did these murders occur? And how many man-hours are spent on the case? Can you take a guess how many man-hours?
How many hours? Well, I know 54.
54?
54.
Can you take another guess?
25.
Take a larger guess?
200.
I'm not trying to help you out, but I just want...
4,000.
4,000, that's right! A massive 4,000 man-hours were spent on the case. And as is the nature of the show, it grew cold. But the cranium portion of a skull was recovered near Feather Falls in Butte County, roughly 63 miles from Ketty, and that cranium matched one of the skulls that was murdered.
So you're telling me
I'm telling you.
that there's two skulls, counted two skulls,
Count it.
and they both are the same skull?
That's right. So there's two parts of a skull, and they both were found separately, and so they found the skull and they connected it to the murder. But surprisingly, as usually happens in these cases, no suspect was found. Right?
Yeah.
Because I think it is kind of random to just go to a cabin and murder someone. There are really no back motives of these people. We don't know their backstories. We don't know their lives. We just know there's 5 innocent children. And so, and there was.
This is a funny line.
You wanna take it?
So, I'm gonna skip one line because I just love this. On March 24, 2016, a hammer matching the description of a hammer suspect, Martin Smart, said he lost shortly before the murders were taken into evidence by Plumas County Special Investigator Mike Greenberg. Sheriff Hagwood stated the location it was found, it would have been intentionally put there. It would not have been accidentally misplaced.
Someone would accidentally misplace their hammer. Exactly.
Also, I just love the term hammer suspect.
A description of a hammer. I think it's supposed to be a parenthetical statement.
Oh, I thought he was the hammer suspect.
That would be funny though. Although this is really late, right?
Yeah, this is very recent.
2016,
and then
for a murder that happened in 1980. How can they even connect a hammer to a hammer? Hammer technology has advanced so much in 35 years.
They just keep getting smaller and more efficient.
It's not even relevant anymore.
They just keep getting smaller and more efficient.
But what if people just want a smaller, thinner hammer that they can have a better screen on?
Eye hammers. All the kids with their eye hammers.
The eye hammer X.
The Google hammer.
The Google hammer.
Put on your wrist.
Put it on. Exactly. So people just want smaller and thinner hammers, but a hammer's a hammer, right? It just needs to make hammer calls and send hammer messages. It doesn't need all these fancy hammer pictures and hammer apps and everything, right?
If it looks like a hammer, sounds like a hammer, and hammers like a hammer, it's probably a hammer.
Yeah. But regardless, 2016, a hammer and antiquated hammer by the sounds of it was found matching the description of the hammer. Hammer suspect Martin Smart said he lost shortly before the murders. And also, you know what I'm questioning though is that why would Martin Smart comment that he lost a hammer? Do you think
did he ask the police that he was? He doesn't say who he said it to.
A hammer suspect Martin Smart said he lost shortly before the murders. Is that a detail of your life you remember about hammers?
In 1980.
You're like, I remember 35 years ago in early April that I lost a hammer. So...
But, so he said this... This is probably him admitting to the murders then. That's probably a guilt thing going on, huh? He's it's been eating him alive.
He said, I lost this hammer and...
In 1980...
But
in
also,
2016?
What's the statute of limitations?
See, that shit... Every time. That's probably it. It's all of our mysteries...
Even if they found the person in 2016, when the statute of limitations... Let's look it up. Statute of limitations.
I think it would definitely pass.
Quadruple homicide, California.
Exact law. Well, because all of our murders have happened in that time, and we've had ones that surpass statute of limitations, so probably, yeah.
You think the FBI is going to come after me for searching statute of limitations California murder?
They'd be like, that Ben's really doing his research. He's keeping the good fight going.
Okay, what crimes do not have a statute of limitations? Murder has no statute of limitations.
Oh.
Oh, that's good to know.
That's great. That's such good information to have.
Also, without a statute of limitations are aggravated sexual assault, human trafficking, murder, arson causing death, and kidnapping in Vermont. But
why does Vermont get all the fun?
if you go to Virginia, only murder and manslaughter.
So
are,
remember, if you want to do some kidnapping,
exactly.
you know where to go.
If you want to do some kidnapping, if you want to do some human trafficking, if you want to do some arson causing death, Virginia's a perfect place.
What did they say? Virginia's for lovers and kidnappers or something like that?
Yeah, I think that's a tagline for their tourist agency. Virginia for lovers, kidnappers, and arsonists.
Who murder through arson.
Exactly.
Not just arson.
You know, like, what's the rationale behind statute of limitations in the first place?
Too much money, probably, into the investigation.
Yeah, but as we've discovered, even investigations that are put a lot of money and 4,000 man-hours into don't necessarily result in subjects being convicted.
Yeah, and even when they are caught, they're given freedom.
Right. So, oh, here we go. Criminal statute of limitations for all 50 states. I think this is an interesting rabbit hole to get down. Oh, so actually, you can also lift a statute of limitations temporarily, called tolling a statute of limitations, meaning the statute of limitations is temporarily suspended, similar to pausing a timer. Oh.
What?
So if you say, it's been 2 years since this crime happened, but the statute of limitation is 15 years, I want to pause it.
Well, what gives you the right to do that? Why doesn't everyone just do that then? Like, wouldn't that, like, just stop that entire thing?
Oh, so apparently you can do it if the person goes into hiding, or if they leave the state.
Dude, do you remember TBT, the Bagel King of Long Island?
I do remember the
Who
Bagel
went to
King of Long Island.
California with a different identity?
Yeah.
Maybe. Possibly. Has to do with that. Possibly.
Well, so, that would matter if there was a statute of limitations for murder, which there isn't.
Oh, that's right.
So let's look by, what state do you want to find out? Let's do Idaho. In Idaho, let's go. Lawinfo.com, come on.
What's the info?
Come on,
What's the law?
Idaho, I need to know the statute of limitations in Idaho, generally. Alright, we're loading. Criminal, 50 states in detail. Idaho, I need to know. What's the statute of limitations on Idaho?
We to know. We not in to know. You got to know,
Indiana, Idaho. 5 years for most felonies. No statute for murder, voluntary manslaughter or rape, sexual abuse committed against a child of 16. Statutory period is only 5 years. And yikes. Ritualized abuse crime committed against a child. Statute is 3 years after the victim discloses the crime.
Oh my god. That's
That
horrible.
is not a long time.
That's really actually terrible.
Yeah. Indiana. Oh, that's interesting. 5 years for most felonies. No statute for murder or for Class A felonies. And statutory period for sex crimes committed against minors and when the victim reaches 31 years of age. Isn't that interesting? Why 31? What's the...
Well, that's when your
what's
brain
the
fully
rationale?
forms. It's 31.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. What do we got? What's another state you want, Preston?
Give me Nebraska.
Nebraska?
Show me Nebraska!
LMN, Nevada, New Hampshire, New Jersey,
Fins
New
a B,
Mexico, New York, North
NEB.
Carolina, North
You're getting further.
New Mexico, New Jersey, Nevada,
New Jersey.
Nebraska. Right in order. 3 years for most felonies. No statute for murder, treason. Oh, that's a good one.
But this is perfect
If
for
you want to
us.
commit treason, do not go to Nebraska. I'll tell you that. So no statute for murder, treason, arson, or forgery. These are an interesting set of crimes that they take seriously. And if a minor... We're not taking calls right now for another 10 minutes. I'm sorry to the caller who's calling right now. I'm not going to answer. And so if a minor under the age of 16 is victim of sexual assault, kidnapping, child abuse, or pandering... What is pandering, Preston?
Well, panhandling is when you ask for money.
Pandering.
Pandering is what I do to my friends when I want them to engage me in social activities. I pander to them.
You pander to the lower on. Right. Oh, it's done. Okay, so for all those listening, we are taking calls in another 10 minutes. We've got 10 minutes on the timer until we will be taking calls again. So keep those clocks running. Preston, I have to go get a drink of water. My throat is very dry right now.
Sure.
I'll be back.
Well, time for a Preston Power Hour, as we like to call it here in WBAR. So, I guess I could talk about my day before this whole head shaving fiasco took over what is now my life. So, on Monday, I didn't have my U.S. history class from 1940 to 1975 because my teacher was traveling. So as a result, I got to sleep in an extra hour and 15 minutes, which really changed my day. And I hope it changed your day as well, knowing that I got extra sleep. Because you know what they say, a day's rest keeps your best. I think that's what they say. I've heard that. I think that's a Nebraska saying, actually. And so, with that extra hour or so of sleep, I took the day in full stride. I felt like a whole new woman, and nobody could stop me now. Having a good time. Whoa, 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 whoa.
That's the sound of me 45 seconds after drinking out of a water fountain. That's how cool, crisp, and refreshing that water was. Barnard water, the most refreshing water in New York City. TM. Is that right, Preston?
Yeah, I guess so.
We have to promote it because it gives
us
us
Ice Company.
Barnard water, the ice company.
We put ice in your Barnard water to make it's Barnard best.
It's bold, beautiful Barnard, the ice company. We put ice in all the water fountains, and that ice doesn't melt because it's refrigerated by Barnard electricity. Barnard electricity, keeping your lights on.
Barnard Wi-Fi water, making sure that the water goes in the computers, destroying the Wi-Fi system. Barnard water Wi-Fi.
Barnard
ice
Wi-Fi,
company.
making sure that you only have intermittent internet connection every day, or at least every Tuesday from 10 to 12 p.m. Barnard Wi-Fi.
Barnard Wi-Fi, forgetting that Wabar is a radio station that's part of the college and forgets to put it on the system. Barnard Wi-Fi.
Concrete ceilings, preventing you from getting any circulation in the basement that is the Barnard Wabar studio. Barnard supports concrete ceilings across the United States for concrete ceilings for America. Concrete ceilings. Preston, it's your go. You want to give it a go?
Barnard doors, making sure that illicit activities can happen. Barnard doors.
Barnard doors, making sure that you can't get into any place that is locked, and making sure that if there's a fire, we keep the fire out, just in case. Barnard doors.
Unknown callers texting me, but seeming to know my number, making me scared. Unknown callers. Apparently they go to JTS.
President Olson, texting people that he doesn't have their numbers and responding to them and getting a lot of text messages from them throughout the night. Preston Olson. 513 area code. A 513 area code dictates a phone from a region in the United States, but we don't know what that region is, and we don't know whose number starts with a 513 area code. 513 area code.
But I don't know.
Okay,
Because
there you
it's
go.
a new phone.
It's a new phone.
It's a new phone.
It's a new phone. All right, Preston. Anything else we want to talk about?
Oh, it's
today?
possibly Jaffa. Okay.
Anything else we need to discuss on the show?
Do you want to do a tape?
You want to do a tape?
Want to do?
Yeah, we can do a tape.
Okay. It's a pretty scarce murder mystery, so I don't know if
I don't know
the
if
bar
I-
archive system.
I don't know if we have a tape. You want to do a tape of something else instead?
All right. What do you what you got?
What do I see on the shelf?
What do you got
What do we got? Oh, you know what I see, Preston?
What do you see? Tell me. Tell me your words.
So it's Guy Fieri,
Okay.
and he's
With Bear Grylls,
yeah, he's having Bear Grylls on his cooking show.
and he's promoting his new line of grills, the Bear Grill.
Yeah, the Bear Grill, only good for bear meat.
Wait,
Oh, is that right?
I'm just looking for what was the
Guy Fieri?
What was the sound? What show?
What do you think? Man vs. Wild?
SVU Law and Order.
Oh, Law and Order? Yeah, so we got that tape queued up, Preston. We got that tape going. We're plugging the tape in, we're putting in it. Okay.
Did it happen?
Yeah.
Alright, tape's in.
We're
Wait.
just gotta get that tape going.
Okay.
Just click it. Yeah. Okay. Alright.
Oh.
The tape's going.
Tape's in. Alright.
Tape's in.
Okay,
Alright,
start.
the tape just
Tape
started. Hey, Guy, how's it going?
It's me, Bear Grylls. Here, once again.
Oh, right. I'm Guy.
Your guy. I'm Bear
You're
Grylls.
Bear.
That's me.
And today, this is Cooking with the Guy.
Cooking
Your
with the
favorite
guy.
show
Yeah.
where you can crack open
All
a
right.
cold one and
Crack a
hang
bed with
with
the
the
guy.
bros.
Your
Crack
frosted
a
tip.
bed with Guy.
Your frosted tips are really great for cracking open these bevies, brev. I knew
Thanks, Bear.
it would come in handy once in a while.
So Bear, why are you on the show today?
Well, Guy, I'm glad you asked. So I have a new line of grills called Bear Grylls, Grilling with the Bear, Berry Grills, Berry Bomb Bears.
And Bear, just to clarify,
Sure.
this is a cooking show, so we do two things.
Okay.
We cook and
Yeah.
we eat. And what do we eat with Bear?
We eat grills.
We we eat with our teeth.
Wait.
So to clarify, are these grills that you put in your teeth, or are these grills that you grill on?
I'm glad you asked. So we actually have a state-of-the-line Bear Grill for your grills, your mouth, and your grills. So what you can do is you can grill while grilling your teeth. Grilling Bear grills on the bear.
So actually, Bear, that didn't clarify.
Sorry. So we have grills for your teeth and grills for your food. Bear grills for Bear Grills.
And so what are the grills for your grill made of?
Grills are made out of gold.
Both are made of gold.
No. The grills for your bear teeth are made out of gold. The grills for your food
And
grills are made out of correlated iron.
What I'm reading on these descriptions is that this gold is from expeditions that you've done in Panama. Is that
Yes.
correct? And
That I stole from natives.
This is This is Panamanian gold that you took by diving to the bottom of the Panama Canal,
Yes.
excavating that,
Yeah.
and lifting up thousands of pounds of gold so that you can manufacture your grills out of solid gold and sell them for how much?
$25 and 99 cents.
That's $25.99. Not even $26. $25.99. And so a bargain at that is solid gold grills from Bear Grylls. And Bear, are these grills named after you?
Actually, they're named after my dad, Mr. Bear Grylls, Mr. Bear of the Barrington Bears.
And your dad used to grill? Is that where this comes from?
My dad used to flip hamburgers
I don't
with
need to
me
ask you
on the
leading
Panamanian
questions.
Oh, well, this is your show, not mine. You're Guy Fieri. I'm Bear Grylls.
Right. And so, Bear, can I ask you, what do you like most about me?
I like your corpulent body. Because it reminds me of when I used to
And
be
remind me what
lazy.
the word corpulent means.
Fat.
Because as we know, English is not my first language.
Bear says you're fat. Bear Grylls grills.
All right, so Bear, I appreciate that you're coming on the show, and I wanted to ask you one more question. And again, what is that you most like about diners? What's your favorite diner?
My favorite diner would probably
Or
have
it could
to
be a dive-in.
My favorite
Or
diner.
it could be a drive.
My favorite drive.
Or it could be a diner.
My favorite
It could be
driveway.
anywhere in the U.S. I actually have a show, Bear. It's called Diners,
Driveways,
Drive-ins,
and dives.
And dives. And so you know what a drive-in? I know you're British, so you might have diners,
Thank you for the
drive-ins,
language
or
barrier.
dives. But so diners are places that you eat on the side of the road, and drive-ins are places that you drive and you eat on the side of the road. And dives are kind of like some form of diner, but who's to say? It's like a diner. So all of these are essentially the same thing, but I wanted the alliteration in the titles.
Well,
so diners, drive-ins, and
Dies.
dies. Oh, you remember the name?
No.
Thank you.
So, as you know, we drive on the other side of the road. So, drive-ins were a horrible catastrophe that happened and killed and plagued the entire country.
Right, because they tried to follow the American model and have people make
car crashes everywhere.
into the drive.
That's why we have Bear Grylls grills for your home, so you don't gotta drive into a wall. Bear Grylls grills.
And so you're British, and how would you recommend seasoning your food? What do you do in Britain?
So in Britain, what we do with our Bear Grylls...
Can you grill some fish and chips on that? Some fried fish and chips? Can you grill on that Bear Grill?
I thought you guys weren't going to do any racist jokes about my nationality, my country of origin.
So can you grill some fish and chips on that Bear Grill grill? Some cod?
Yes, we love our fish and chips. Bear loves his fish and chips.
And how do you season it? You put some salt and vinegar on that fish and chips? Can you salt and vinegar those fish and chips on the Bear Grill grills?
You know, the salt industry went bankrupt.
And where?
Britain.
So we're on the show today promoting Bear Grill grills, and we want to just thank you all for tuning in. My name is Bear Grylls, and I'm... and by Bear Grylls, I mean Guy Fieri. I'm going to take my frosted tips and...
Hello? Bear? I'm taking a phone call. Bear? Yeah, I'm taking a phone call.
Bear, you're on a television show right
Hello?
now. Bear, I don't know if you're aware of this.
Who's this?
Bear, you're tuning into Guy Fieri. That's Guy Fieri.